the twilight, these sisters discuss the paranormal and the unnerving. They are known as the ParaSisters.
Hey guys, you're watching the ParaSisters and listening to the ParaSisters
That's
now.
right.
I'm Tristan.
And I'm Rebecca. And we have a podcast now.
Yes. We do have a podcast. You guys can find us on Spotify and Google, on Breaker.
I'm going to try to figure out how to get us like on Player FM. And then we can also go to like the Apple podcast. I don't know anything about Apple, but you have to do all those manually, so I just haven't done it yet. So. But Anchor added our podcast to all those other ones by itself, so make sure you check us out on there, man.
Yes, for sure. Please listen, follow us on all those, or your preferred one. Not on all of them necessarily, but
do all of them
on your preferred platform. I personally use Spotify because I love them.
I don't really listen to my own podcast. I go to YouTube. I don't know.
I have rewatched our videos on YouTube, and I have listened to us on Spotify.
That's awesome.
I like to listen to us when I'm in the car, like going to work.
Dude, that's fantastic. I'm going to listen to us at work also, because I sit at work all day listening to music, podcasts, audiobooks. That's what I do at work.
You should. It's very good. It's very, very good.
Yes, and we're not being biased at all. That is an honest review. We are good. Anywho.
Okay. Sidetrack over.
I know, we do that so much. It's quite funny. Like, I'm watching our old videos, and I'm like, we just start randomly talking about the weirdest things. We're just like... Did you see that one movie with that one guy and he did that thing where it was like scary? And then we're like talking about that for 10 minutes and I'm like, what are you going to do?
It's okay. It's okay though.
I think it's okay too.
Yes.
Because if you don't like it. Okay. Anyway.
Please watch us anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I want to pretend like I don't care, but I really, really do. So.
I also do. So please watch us.
It's sad. It's quite sad. Okay.
So today, I have so much. Oh my gosh, this case, Rebecca, is so big. It's the Jamison family from Eufaula, Oklahoma.
Now, can I just say that Eufaula is an extremely odd name?
I also thought that it was an odd name, and the way that it's spelt is odd. I actually had to go to Google and have them pronounce this name for me. Yes. Because it's actually spelled Eufaula.
Oh, gotcha.
But it's Eufaula.
I see.
But I was like, that sounds like a loofah.
It does. Loofah.
Right, I was like, there's no way that could be right.
You're like, no, this is not. No. So the Jamison family, are they cannibals, Tristan?
They are. I don't know. They could be, I guess.
Well, I just hear like a name, like something that involves a whole family, and I automatically assume like they're probably cannibals or they did something crazy AF. I don't know.
Okay, so I'm just gonna look. These are my notes right here.
Yep.
Back and front.
It's a novella.
It is a novella. I'm telling you. So we're gonna have to do this in 2 parts, guys. Sorry, because there's just so much information that we have to go over. And it's fantastic. This case is fantastic. So I'm just going to start. So Bobby and Sherry Lynn Jamison were married in 2002. Or I'm sorry, they met in 2002. And they immediately hit it off. She had been previously married to somebody else who I'm going to rename... Like, he's going to remain nameless because he doesn't really have anything to do with this.
Yeah, you don't want to put somebody's name out there he's a regular guy. We don't care who he is.
Right. So they meet in 2002 and they immediately have a connection. Like, they're just automatically connected. So they date, and about a year later, they have a little girl named Madison. So this time, they have the little girl. This time it's very joyous for them.
Very happy.
And Yeah, but the joyousness is very short lived because they got married in August. In November, Bobby is in a severe car accident,
Oh.
and he is injured to the point that he has chronic severe back pain.
That's
So he
it.
actually got hit by two different cars on different sides and really jacked himself up. So in November, he gets in his car accident. He's left with like chronic severe back pain, and it becomes difficult for him to work. So he eventually goes on disability. But the family keeps going, and they're keeping their heads up, And Bobby and Sherry Lynn get married in July of 2004.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they live very happily, on the outside. Everybody believes that they were very happy um, until 2007. That's when things just kind of start going downhill for this family. And it's just the three of them and Sherry Lynn's son from her previous marriage.
Right.
So, but he, goes back and forth between her house and his father's house, of course.
Right.
They share custody at this time. So, in 2007, Sherry Lynn's sister dies.
Oh.
Yeah. So that it really messed her up. In 2008, Bobby's parents get divorced, and so when his parents get divorced, there's like a bad falling out in between.
Listen, the camera like fell, and I'm like, okay, okay, I might have to cut this out, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, so Bobby's parents get divorced, and him and his dad have a really bad falling out. Um, so they actually go to court because his dad completely like writes him out of the will. Why, nothing is going to be left to Bobby, but they had um, entered into a business together, and both of them had paid half to get this business.
Right.
Well, his dad sells the business, so Bobby sues his dad because he's like, hey, I want my money out of this business.
Yeah.
So, after months of court and lawsuits and all this stuff over wills and property and everything, Bobby and Sherry Lynn end up getting half of $64,000. They get $32,000. I only say this because this is going to be relevant later on.
Oh, interesting. I'm like, that's not even that much money, so I'm like...
It's really not, but I think it was like some kind of convenience store or something like that.
Oh, you're right. It wasn't like a...
It wasn't something huge, like
Gotcha.
a Walmart.
Right.
So, well, in 2009, Madison is at school. She is out on the playground playing. She's 6 years old at this time. She gets hit in the face with the swing, and it knocks her front teeth out.
Oh, poor baby.
Right. So Bobby and Sherry Lynn are expectedly really pissed off by this, right?
Yeah.
They actually try to sue the school system. It doesn't work out well for them. Um, that lawsuit doesn't work out well for them. There's no fault. It was an accident. Kids are kids.
Right. Kids do dumbass things all the time.
Yes, they do. But they end up pulling her out of school and prepare to homeschool her. So now she's pulled out of school and she's going to homeschool. In July of 2009, Kenneth Bellows, a family friend and handyman, moved in with them to help with like general maintenance and just to help keep up the house because Bobby can't do it anymore.
Right.
His back is just so bad that he can no longer do the general maintenance on the house. So he moves in July. In August of 2009, Kenneth Bellows finds out, good old Kenny, finds out that Sherry Lynn has Native American heritage. Well, after that, it's found out that good old Kenny is a white supremacist.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, what a piece of shit, right?
Yeah.
So he for a couple weeks, he's like walking around the house saying, hateful things and
But he didn't even know at first, right?
Right.
Like, what's his fucking problem? What a dick.
Right. Just being
out.
very racist in general, which
That's such
pisses me off
bullshit.
because I'm like, who the hell are you to say anything?
Well, right, you're a handyman living with someone else. Get a grip on yourself, man.
Get a damn job. So after like a couple weeks of this, like a huge argument breaks out between Sherry Lynn and good old Kenny. And Sherry Lynn actually shoots at him with a .22 gun.
Yes.
Her .22.
Yeah.
And like kicks him off the property. That's how she gets him off the property. Right before this happened, though, at the end of July of 2009, Sherry Lynn's ex-husband actually goes to court and sues her for complete custody of her son.
Aww.
Yeah. So after all this stuff that's already happened, and then with her son getting taken out of the house in September, she's hospitalized because of a suicide attempt. Like, she's
That's
like losing her shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, she's destabilizing to the point that her friends are actually commenting on her mental health and her physical health as well, because she at this point has lost a ton of weight, where they actually described her as emaciated.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Her son, during the trial, because he was 12 years old at the time, so he was allowed to speak and say where he wanted to go.
Yeah.
Her son is even quoted as saying that she seemed very depressed and she often acted strangely. So, like, her whole mental health is just declining.
Right.
She was diagnosed as being bipolar, and she had severe depression. And with everything like that had been happening, it was a perfect shitstorm for somebody who is bipolar and has severe depression.
Right.
So, and through all of this, their friends started saying that even Bobby had started acting strangely.
What?
Both of them had started acting very strangely. So this is where it gets strange for me. So the Jamisons, during this time, they're fairly religious. They attend church semi-regularly. So Bobby meets with his pastor, and he says, "Hey, yo, Pastor Brandon." His name is Gary Brandon, which is weird because who has two names?
I think it's so weird when people have two first names. Like, I think it's so strange.
So he's like, "Hey, yo, Pastor Brandon, is it possible to buy bullets for spiritual warfare?"
What?
Yeah, and Pastor Brandon's like, "Bro, what the hell are you talking about?"
Yeah, what is?
Yeah, no, you can't buy bullets for spiritual warfare. If you could, I probably would have bought some already. Like, honestly. You never know when you're going to need spiritual bullets, okay?
Well, yeah, that'd be cool just to have, honestly.
like in Supernatural, they have the Colts. Have you watched Supernatural, Rebecca?
No.
Oh my gosh, you have to watch this show. It's amazing. So they have this gun that actually kills demons.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was a Colt, and they blessed the gun and wrote all these symbols in it, and then yeah, like you can put like devil's traps in the bullets and stuff, but it is a demon killing gun. It's pretty damn cool.
That's awesome.
It kills anything, actually. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
So, right. So I'm like, I kind of want a Colt now with demon killing bullets. So he goes to his pastor and he asks him if it were possible to buy bullets for spiritual warfare. Bobby said he was asking because he needed to fight the spirits that he routinely saw on their roof.
What?
Yes.
I just got the chills.
Sherry Lynn backs up his story, backs up this claim by saying that she herself had seen 3 or 4 spirits. And she believes that they were a family of spirits.
What?
Yes.
Chills.
Apparently named Michael and Emily, and they had a little girl ghost who would speak to Madison.
Oh my word.
Okay, so I didn't put this in my notes, but now I just remembered. Actually, there are reports from friends and family that had seen Madison talking to somebody.
Oh, she's just like walking around talking to something that's not there.
Right. Okay, and now, so they found. Sorry, is that they found? It is. I can't read my own handwriting sometimes.
Chicken scratch.
So the Jamison family, of course, found these spirits to be an extremely upsetting presence in their house. Actually, they are so unsettling that Bobby buys a satanic Bible that he misguidedly planned to use to exorcise the spirits. Yes.
Was it what's it called? The necrometry? Oh God, I can't think of what it's called.
I honestly don't know. It just says like satanic Bible.
So I know that I'm gonna look it up. I might have to look it up for the part 2. I'll tell you what it is because I have actually heard of this satanic Bible, but I can't think of what it's called. Anyway, sorry.
I don't like it. I didn't.
No, I don't like that at all. I don't like that.
I didn't even want to look it up. I was like, I don't want to know nothing about this thing. Anything that is a Bible of Satan, I do not want anything to do with.
No, that's crazy.
Right, so he plans on using this to exorcise the spirits, which, hello, brother, that shit ain't gonna happen.
No, good trumps evil every single day of the week. You can't use bad to get rid of stuff.
Why don't you just bring in a Ouija board with your satanic Bible, draw a pentagram on the floor, light some candles.
Just go full blown, man. Just bring all those demons in your house.
Right, totally opening a doorway, right?
Yeah.
It's awful. Why? I'm assuming that they were so unsettled by this that they were kind of just at their wits' end and did not know what to do anymore. So, but it gets weirder from here, let me tell you.
Well, yeah, I used the satanic Bible.
Right. So the reports are varied whether the couple thought the spirits were evil or not. So they weren't sure exactly if they were evil or not, but they were unsettled by them. But Sherry started leaving little notes around the house, like little post-it notes saying, "Get out, Satan."
What?
Right. It's really, really weird.
I don't even know what to say to that.
I told you, man, this case is fantastic. It's so weird.
It's crazy.
Sound.
Yeah,
okay, there we go. Okay.
So I muted it because I was coughing.
I was like, I lost sound.
You're like, I can't hear you. Okay. Anyway, back.
So after these notes, right, Sherry had also begun telling people that she was practicing witchcraft.
What?
Although her friends say that she only said this to keep certain people that she didn't want in her life at arm's length.
Then
but, and I'm going to say this a lot, but she actually, however, if this last part is true, where she's doing this to keep the people out, she goes to extreme lengths by spray painting religious slogans and confusing phrases on items in the yard. So they have like these like Connex boxes in the
Right.
yard and like things around the yard, and she is like spray painting weird shit on this stuff. Religious what is it? Religious slogans and confusing phrases. And I can't even today. Sasquatch, what are you doing?
Sassy. That's his nickname, Tris. It's Sassy.
Becca called you Sassy. That's her nickname.
Sassy.
Do not cut that out, please.
I'm not going to, trust me.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
So, so religious slogans and confusing phrases on the stuff, throughout the yard, like things like "only God," "gossip is sin," and the weirdest one that they found was 3 cats killed to date, and these are, she spells them, 3 cats killed to date by BUY people in this area. Witches don't like their THERE black cats killed.
What?
So not only is she psycho, she does not know how to spell and use proper grammar.
She's illiterate.
So
Oh.
yeah, so 3 cats killed to date by people in this area. Witches don't like their black cats killed. Right, she spray painted this on the side of a Connex box. Freaking weird, right?
Oh my goodness, yes.
I'm telling you. So, but the cat reference was to the families. They had some cats die, which she thought to have been poisoned by someone in the neighborhood.
Oh, that's kind of sad if that's true. That's sad.
I don't know. Honestly, like, her mental health at this point is so bad
Yeah.
that I don't even know if any of that is true.
Right, which of course makes me wonder, like, are they even seeing these spirits? Are they both suffering from some kind of weird hallucinations? Like,
Yeah, but to both see the same thing, like their hallucination, like normally hallucinations, like 2 people can see something very similar,
yeah,
but
that's
they won't
true.
see the same thing, and family members are not going to corroborate your story by saying that they actually saw Madison conversing with something not there.
That is certainly true.
So
I wonder if
that is
that
very weird.
then contributes to their mental state. I wonder if that's
Well,
the case.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say probably yeah.
Yeah. These people have totally lost it at this point.
Well, I mean, think about the things. Okay, they may have spirits in their house, and normally people would go get their priest, or they would find a demonologist, or a psychic,
Right,
or a medium,
something that's
something to come and bless the house and help them out with their issue. You don't go buy a satanic Bible and start practicing the freaking occult.
most people don't
You,
anyway.
no. So at this point, they're both very paranoid, and their marriage starts to suffer, of course, because they're all batshit crazy.
It's not funny to laugh at crazy people. I'm sorry.
It's
Please,
not.
please forgive me.
Well, it makes me angry because I'm like, this could have been avoided.
Yeah.
I believe that it totally could have been avoided. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, like, they had some bad shit happen to them, but here's the thing, like, Sherry Lynn knows that she is bipolar and has severe depression.
Right.
You get that shit treated. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah, you go on
You may not like them.
medication or something. Yeah.
And even if you don't like the medication, you have a 6-year-old little girl at home. You have to think about her.
Yeah.
So by how much and why their marriage had suffered, it's not really known, because by all accounts from family members and stuff, that they say that this they really loved each other a lot,
Right.
right? So, but they're struggling, and people can see that they're struggling. So they don't know how much they're actually struggling. Um, They only know that they're struggling because the cops find a journal in the house. And
What happened?
yeah,
What's going on?
that's for part 2.
No, I can't wait for part 2.
You gotta wait for part 2. She states that she's not happy in the marriage, and close friends say they have been having issues for years, even though some of her other friends and her families both say that they were very much in love. So it's during this time that the family decides that they want to buy some land out in the country. They kind of just want to get away from everything. They want to set up shop somewhere else, just kind of get like a refresh, like a start over.
Right.
So they actually they pack up their truck and they drive the 30 miles to Red Oak, Oklahoma, to look at 40 acres of land. And it's like in a vastness. Like there's so much land open. It would be
Yeah.
nobody would be able to come to your house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just so open. They planned to set up the comics boxes as temporary housing until they could have their house built. So, like they had a plan to get out. So
Right.
October 7th, 2009, the family visits the land for the first time.
Right.
And they look around and they're walking around, and witnesses and people that had seen them on that day said that the family was in very good spirits.
Right.
They seemed happy. Um, the following day, they set out again. So on October 8th, 2009, the family packs up the truck again, along with Madison and Maisie, the family dog, and they head toward Red Oak to go look at this house again. They're excited. They want to go look at it again.
Right.
Um, so they actually have the family on footage of their own surveillance system, because Bobby had set up a surveillance system because his dad had like lost his shit and told him that he was going to kill their family and stuff like that, and
What is
like
going
made
on with this family?
right during the lawsuit period when his
Right.
mother and father had gotten divorced and they had their falling out. That's one of the reasons why they had a falling out, because his father had threatened the family and said I was going to kill them, or that I was going to kill him. Said I was going to kill him. Said that he was going to harm him in some way.
Right.
So he had put in a surveillance system. Well, the cops can see that they're actually packing up the truck and they're walking back and forth from the house to the truck and loading things they need for the trip, like clothes, extra like jackets and stuff, because this is October and it's in Oklahoma, so it gets very chilly at night.
Right.
Um, so they're loading up all these things that they're going to need for the trip to Red Oak. So they get to Red Oak and they talk to an associate of the landowner, asking them, about the land, of course. Uh, so after that, by piecing together evidence, they know the family parked their truck, used a GPS, a little handheld GPS system,
Yeah.
and they took a short 15-minute walk away from their car, and they went back to their car. Well, they then go back to the truck and drive for a short distance down the road, where the truck is left and locked in the middle of a dirt track. This is where the police find this truck.
What?
They're gone. They're completely gone.
What happened to them?
I don't know. So, it is important to mention at this point that on the video, the surveillance video up there, packing the truck, it looked like they were in a trance. You can actually watch the video. It's kind of creepy. It's on YouTube. It looked like they were in a trance. They were walking back and forth. They weren't speaking to each other. And then they would just stop and like stare off for a few seconds and then just keep walking again.
Dude, this sounds vaguely familiar to me. Like, the name doesn't ring any bells. Like, I feel like I've heard something really similar to this, but I didn't think it was only 3 people. I thought it was like, I don't even know now. I'm freaking out.
Right. So that's weird, right? So they look at the surveillance video, stuff like that, because now their truck is missing. During the time, like between the time that they left the truck and the time that the people reported the truck as being there, nobody had ever really thought anything of it because they had been known to like drop out for small bits of time. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
like a week, like going camping, whatever, just kind of
Right.
getting away from it all. But the family was never seen alive again. Yes.
What?
So they disappeared on October 9th. I'm sorry, October 8th, right? On October 17th, 2009, hunters actually run across the truck and called the police. But this is not the first time the hunters had seen the truck. One specific hunter, it's not the first time he had seen the truck. But now they've decided to call the police because it's been sitting there for quite a few days now.
Right.
Although it was first believed that it had only been there for a few hours, one of the hunters later confirmed that it had been there for several days. So he had seen it, he just didn't see anything. Douchebag.
Yeah.
So, the Latimer County Sheriff, Israel Beauchamp, which that is an awesome name, by the way,
Yes.
and the undersheriff, Matt Bond, along with several deputies, arrived to where the truck is. They noticed that Maisie, the dog, is still in the truck.
For like
But she is
days.
alive. Yeah, for 9 days this dog has been in the truck, but she is still alive.
What? The hunters didn't notice that the dog was in the truck? Like, what the?
I don't know if they ever approached the truck because they were riding like 4-wheelers and stuff.
Oh,
and
right. So they might have not even been on the
and
same, like, dirt track. Then.
right, and where the truck was parked, it's like mountainous. I mean, not extremely mountain like the Rockies would be,
Right.
but it's more mountainous. So I think they saw the truck from like a bluff somewhere,
Oh,
you
gotcha.
know, and I don't think they actually went down to the truck. So Maisie is alive in the truck. They break the window out, they get out Maisie. And then they start taking inventory of the truck, right? Which is a mess, by the way. But it's not a ransacked mess. It's just a damn mess. Like papers and shit.
Yeah, I've known people with messy cars before.
Yeah. My car's messy sometimes too, because for like weeks I'll just drive back and forth and work and I'll drink the water bottle and just throw it in the back because I don't even care.
You're freaking hilarious. That's our car from our child.
Right. Well, that's just me. Which my kids use my car too, and they will just leave their shit all over the place in there. So, yeah. I know how it is.
Those kids.
Damn kids. French fries stuck in the cracks. My
Oh
God.
my gosh, I hate decrepit food and cracks of things. Like, it freaks me out.
Like the crummy crumbs. In
Yes.
the bottom down there.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I don't like them either. So, taking inventory of the truck, they noticed that the Jamisons left behind their coats, their wallets, Sherry Lynn's purse, their cell phones, the GPS that they had used earlier that day.
Right.
Well, that they're assuming it was the same day that they left the truck and to never be seen again. They also find in the truck an 11-page hate letter written by Sherry Lynn addressed to Bobby, talking about all the grievances and the hatred she has for him.
What?
Yes.
Did he see it? I have to assume that he saw the
We
letter.
don't know. They're not around to talk to. It's crazy, right? They also find a brown bag with $32,000 in cash stuffed under the passenger seat. Um, no signs of struggle were found. Not around the truck, not in the truck, no blood, no broken glass. The There was no like scuffle footprints in
Right.
the dirt next to the truck. Um, 400 people search for the Jamison family. They have horses, mules, ATVs, 16 teams of cadaver dogs, an unmanned drone. Yeah. They're searching, right? And during the searches, the cadaver dogs repeatedly find suspicion with the water tower, which they promptly drain. Though no evidence of the Jamisons was found in or around the water tower.
What?
Yeah, but the dogs were signaling like there was something going on with the water tower. Uh, and then while this is happening in Eufaula, the McIntosh County Sheriff, Joe Hogan, and his deputies search the family's home where they discover many key facts. And this is weird. It's so weird. So they discover the CCTV footage that
Right.
I had spoke about earlier of them loading. But what's good is they can now cross-reference. Cross-reference?
The cross reference? I do that
Yeah,
all the time. I cross reference all the time.
cross-reference. They can now cross-reference.
You can't say it now. It's impossible.
Ross reference the truck's inventory. So now they have a list of things in the truck, and now they can see on the video
What they took.
what the Jamisons had been putting in their truck. Yeah.
Right.
Um, upon doing so, they discovered that Sherry Lynn had actually loaded a large brown satchel into the truck, but it was not ever recovered. Also, her .22 pistol, which they had been known to bring with them in the truck, they did not find the gun. So they can't find this satchel and they can't find this gun.
Interesting.
Right. Nobody knows what's in this satchel, right? And weirder and weirder. So all these weird facts come to light, right? Besides the whole case being weird, but not surprisingly, the cell phone records show that a call was made on October 12th. An outgoing call was made on October 12th to a voicemail. Though theoretically, it would have been locked in the truck at the time. So we don't know.
Right, because we're talking, they were last seen on the 8th. They went to the property
Right.
on the 8th.
Right. And the truck had been sitting there at least for several days. And they were a short distance from where they used the GPS to take the 15-minute walk.
Right. Who did they call?
So-
What was the voicemail? Who was that to?
They had called their own voicemail.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like, they had access to
the
voice-
records said that they called their voice. Oh, okay, because back in the
Yeah.
day, cell phones weren't like they are now, right? So
Right. They had access to their voicemail. And theoretically, it would have been locked in the truck at the time. Because, I mean, this truck did not move.
right, that's 4 days difference, the 8th to the 12th. So.
Right. And then the truck was discovered on the 17th. So
Which is 5 days
weird.
after that, so it's like,
Right. Weird, right?
yeah.
Plus, they found a photo on Bobby's phone of Madison, and this photo, it kind of looks like she's like throwing a fit, kind of, with her arms are crossed and her face is kind of like she's a 6-year-old, and it looks like a 6-year-old throwing a fit, really.
Right.
Like she's kind of like just pissed off, just in her pissy pants mode, you know.
Yeah.
So, and then of course, using the photo of Madison and the GPS as a reference, they find the hill the photo was taken on 200 yards away from the truck.
What?
Yeah, weird, right? So eventually, with the hunting season about to start and the searches revealing less and less evidence, it starts to become more dangerous because, of course, they're going to have hunters in the woods.
Right.
It's becoming winter time. More people could possibly get lost by just searching for this family,
Right.
you know. So they abandon the search for the family, and the info on the case completely stopped
What?
until one day in November, over 4 years later,
4 years?
4 years later, a very grim discovery would restart the search for the eventual fate of the family who parked their truck and disappeared off the face of the earth.
What?
And that is where I'm going to leave you until part
No!
2.
Oh
Yes.
my god. I'm freaking out, Tristan.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It is
It's
crazy.
a crazy mess. I mean, what do you think about, like, them and their haunted ass house?
Yeah, that.
And I don't know. There is some weird shit afoot, let me tell you.
I'm just like, I can't even process it all. I'm freaking out, and I don't want to wait another week.
You better wait. You better not look this up. I'll be very mad.
I won't. Listen, everything inside me says I want to, but I'm not going to.
Well, I have done 90% of my research, or 90% of my part 2. But my goal in part 2 is to find out if their house was really haunted, if anybody could substantiate these claims,
Yeah.
besides just Sherry Lynn and a couple friends who saw her talking to somebody, who saw Madison talking to somebody in the house.
Yeah.
So I am so excited to finish this, but it is much longer. I have another 5 pages.
I'm freaking
And I
out.
haven't finished it yet because I want to find some kind of substantiated claims. I'm actually going to try to look up their address and see if
Yeah.
is my house haunted.
Yes. Yes. I actually just recently heard about that website, like probably like 2 months ago on a podcast. And I was like, ooh, what's this? And I'm like, of course, I'm terrified to search my own house. So then I'm like trying to find like random addresses that I may know or I've been to. And I'm trying to like, because I don't want to know about my own house. But
I don't blame you. I don't either.
dude, I'm freaking out. And if you all are freaking out like I am, you better tune in for part 2. Because I don't want to wait for 7 days, but I guess I will. I don't want to, though. Seriously. I'm freaking out. Like, why did they leave their dog in the truck? Like, that's one of the things
Right.
that is so weird to me. Like,
Why did they leave all their possessions in the truck? Why
Well,
didn't
like-
they take their cell phone and, their dog and their GPS because they don't know the area?
so what's weird to me is, okay, they leave their truck, they leave their dog, which people that own dogs and are, like, outdoorsy, you literally take your dog everywhere you go. Like, you just do.
Right.
And then you add in the factor of they have a photo from 200 yards away. So obviously they left the truck. They went for like a little walk. Let's just say they went for a
Again.
walk.
A second walk.
Right. But without their GPS, so maybe they weren't even planning on going that far. But why didn't they take the dog?
Right. Or maybe they did take the dog on the initial walk.
Oh, but they came back because
Because they
somebody
had to-
checked their voicemail.
Well, that was 4 days after this. But they had to put the cell phone back in the truck and lock it.
Oh, yeah, because they were like, picture.
Because
What is happening?
I don't know. Nobody knows. What the hell is going on? It's weird. It's freaking weird. I've been obsessed with this case for days and days.
Of course, I want to ask for like little hints and teasers, like, do they find the bodies? Do they find at least a trail of these people? Like, what is happening?
You're going to have to wait until episode 2.
All right.
Part 2 of this case because,
Part 2 coming up.
yes.
So I'm going to get this video. I don't think we have a lot of editing to do, thankfully. So, I don't know if you have any photos you want me to add.
I haven't downloaded any yet because I'm telling you, I've been so obsessed with this case, so I haven't saved any of the photos to my computer yet because I've just been reading and reading and reading as much as I possibly can about this case because it has been obsessing me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
So usually
it's mind-boggling me.
Yes, this is like a Dyatlov Pass kind of a, like, you just don't know. You don't know what's happening. I should have done a 2-parter on that one to really leave a cliffhanger. But it's pretty famous, Dyatlov Pass, because a lot of people have heard of it, you know, but...
Right. I just didn't know it was called Dyatlov Pass.
Yeah, no, a lot of people have heard of it, so...
Which I have personally watched Dyatlov Pass 3 times now. Because I'm like, what is going on? Why?
Yeah, even still, like, it haunts me, like, literally, I can't, like, I will be doing random things, and I'll just stop and be, like, thinking about it for, like, 20 minutes, I'm like, why'd they do that? What were they doing? What happened? What's going on? Now, the Jamisons are going to replace that.
Right, that has been my life for the last week, I'm
like,
you.
What are they doing? Why'd they get out of their truck? Why didn't they come back to their truck? Did someone stop them? Did they meet Bigfoot? What's going on?
Sassy was out there.
Yeah, it was Sassy. That dang Sassy.
That
dang Sassy.
That dang Sassy.
Alright, I'm freaking out.
Right. Me too. I'm glad somebody else is freaking out with me.
Yeah, okay.
I even got on chat boards from 2009 where people were discussion boards that nobody has posted anything for like 6 years on this case, and I'm like, what is going on? And like, I have read some very outlandish theories, which we'll get into in part 2.
Ooh, I love them. I love outlandish theories.
My whole life deals with outlandish. I'm a bartender.
Yeah, I think when you serve alcohol to small town folks, it's it can be strange sometimes.
Oh yeah, it can be very strange. I agree.
Oh my lord! Now, okay. Well, so the thing with the photos was, you're gonna have to send them to me because I don't even want to do a Google search of this.
Okay, yes, I will get together. It'll probably be later on tonight. Of course, we have another episode to film.
Yeah.
So, after we film our second episode, it'll be either later on tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't work tomorrow.
I'll start, I'll maybe go through it and do the cuts tonight because it's not a lot. I might not cut anything, but that part where my camera fell, I might cut it, but I don't know. So yeah, I think it was pretty clean, so we don't have a lot to do to it, and I'll add those photos, and hopefully we'll have it up on Tuesday. I've been slacking, man. I've been working a lot of overtime, and so when I get home at 5:30 at night, like sometimes I didn't even leave work until 5:30, so when I got home at like 5:50 or 5:45, almost 6, like I'm like, I got to cook dinner, and I gotta get Callum ready for bed, and I'm like, I don't have time. And so I slacked a little bit, but both of our other videos are up, so make sure you go and check those out.
Last week's very video. Good.
They are good. We had a little sound issues with that second one, but I still think it was good. I think it was fantastical.
I also think it was fantastical.
Is that a word?
Which I'm now going to make a word.
Fantastical.
I don't think it's a real word.
It's my word.
But I'm going to make it a word.
It's fantastical. And,
right.
Yeah. So, if everybody else is super excited about part 2 of the Jamison Family, like I am, because I cannot wait to hear what happens, please don't look it up. Just watch our next video.
Right.
You have to.
Because if you look it up, no matter what you read, it's not going to have the same spin I'm going to put on it. Guaranteed.
That's true. We are master storytellers over here.
Right.
I don't know
I have read nearly everything that you can find on the internet about this family.
Yeah. Yes.
So, I mean, it's crazy. It's a crazy case.
I can't wait. Literally.
I know. I know. It's gonna be so good.
I know. All week long, I'm gonna be like, dang, Sunday. Sunday. And
Oh yes, we may have to do it before Sunday or after Sunday because I start my new schedule this week. So our filming schedule is going to be a little different, guys, and our release dates might be a little different.
yeah, I think we discussed, we're going to try to do a Monday, Friday release. Is that what we said? I can't honestly remember now.
Yeah, because I'll be off I'll be off in the middle of the week now instead of at the end of the week.
Yes. Yeah, so we're going to film, I think, twice, like Tuesday, Wednesday, probably. If those are your days off, I can't remember. Anyway, we're gonna figure it out. You will still get 2 great episodes from us per week. If you want more, well, you got to start paying us because we work. Thanks. Other than that.
Oh yeah, because we would love to make 5 episodes a week. Let me tell you.
Oh shit! Could you imagine that, man? If just our full-time jobs where we get up, we put on our faces, as we call it, because believe it or not, I do not wake up looking like this. And
me neither. It takes some work.
Yeah, it's 5 or 10 minutes, and we film videos. That would be awesome.
That would be great. I would love it so much.
But we can only do that from support. Wait, with support from you. I feel like a PBS commercial. That's what threw me off. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna say we need support from viewers like you. I don't know if that's trademarked PBS. Please don't sue me, PBS.
It's a public network. I don't think we can.
Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, but we can't do any of that without support. We're going to keep doing this because we're obsessed. We're weird.
And we love it.
We're weirdos.
We are weirdos.
Yeah, we are weird.
We are very weird.
Like The Stranger, even I could deal with some goriness, but definitely the stranger it is, the more mysterious it is, the creepier it is, I'm like, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Tristan's choking to death, so I think we should maybe wrap this up, and I'm very excited for the next one, and I cannot wait.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be good.
I'm glad you didn't die, by the way. Just right now.
Thanks. I'm glad I didn't die too. I'd come and haunt you, just so you know.
Listen, I've thought about, this is going to be probably one of the last things I say, because again, with our going off subject, but I have thought about you and I making some kind of a pact that whoever dies first, you have to come and give the other person like a really clear, like preordained sign. Like we decide what it is before it happens, and then we have to stick to that once we kick the bucket. We got like,
that would be awesome.
Like I'll come and say something about Sassy, and
I'll know for sure that it's you.
Yeah, exactly. I'll whisper in your ear while you're sleeping.
That would be amazing.
That would be freaking
That'd be horrible.
I mean, yeah, I'd be dead, but but you're right, it would be amazing.
Oh, it'd be both.
Yes, it would be amazingly sad, but
here's the thing, though. Our deal is we have to let us hunt each other, ghost hunt each other, so that way we have some concrete,
yes,
undisputable evidence of the paranormal.
Agreed. Even if we're like 90, that's fine. I can deal with that.
I wouldn't even care at that point.
I wouldn't either.
I'd spend my last 10 days hunting you.
I'm gonna find you. All right, y'all. So, yeah, make sure you go back and watch our other videos and subscribe and click that notification bell. And I listened to our last video, Tristan, and I said ding dong probably 17 times.
I know. I also watched it.
And I was like, I don't know why I said ding dong so many times. And it was legitimately like, oh, you're going to get a ring a ding dong from the notification when you see our new content. But I said ding dong so many times. And if you want to check that out, you can go and watch that anytime also.
Yes, Black Eyed Children. That's crazy video.
It is nuts. It's nutso. Yeah. So this is our 11th video already, Tristan. So
I know, that's exciting.
Go and watch our ton others. Well, I don't know if we count our first one because it is a pilot. Like I didn't do any editing or anything on that video. That was like straight up what we recorded is what I put on YouTube. So,
Right.
it's still interesting. Go check it out. That's our first one. And make sure you follow us. All of our links are always in our videos. So we got YouTube, we got Facebook, we got those other ones I can't think of for some reason.
Yes, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Our links are in there. Of course, our YouTube channel. And now we are on Spotify.
That's
and
right.
Breaker and Google and Anchor. Come check out our podcast. It is also fantastic. If you guys don't have time to watch our videos,
take
go
us
to
with
one
you.
of those platforms and take us with you. Right. Listen to us in your car and when you're at work, while you're doing your workouts. We need your guys' support to keep this going.
Yes. We need your money.
Not necessarily to keep it going, but to make it bigger.
I'm terrible. Okay. I'm gonna go. I think we should just end this now. Like I said, I'm constantly alienating people, I feel like. They're like, look at this psychopath. She's calling us names. She's threatening us.
She's gonna send us ding-dongs.
Yeah. I'm getting ding-dongs in the mail from this crazy person.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. So, I guess we're going to end this. Check us out. Like us, follow us, share us, and catch you on the flip side.
And you guys stay creepy.
Always creepy. Peace out.
Always creepy.
Peace out.